easy decision to keep Austin and Mitch together for you, or what was the thought?
The way they ended up last game, I think we start that way tonight. You change things up in games sometimes and it works, so you stick with it for a bit and see how it goes.
How much do you talk to them about, like, who they're playing with and when, or is it just you make the call and they go?
I have conversations, with guys when I'm going to move things around, like not so much in game because that's spur of the moment, but practice and hey, I'm going to put you here today, and this is why. This is what I'm thinking. How we're going to run the lines, and but normally pretty easy.
Was there any temptation to keep Minton up on that second line, or was that something?
There is, but I do like him in the middle of the ice, and I feel like having him down there in that spot, in his position where he's a solid defender down low and things like that as a centerman, so it makes that line stronger in my opinion.
What have you thought of Philippe Myers, especially given he played so little at the start of the season?
Yeah, no, he's been good. I think he's come in and he's done the job. He's moved pucks, just being simple, used his shot really well. I think that's the strength of his game is his shot. Moving the puck and just giving it to the right person. And, making simple plays. And he's defended well, he's a big guy and he takes the body and used him on a penalty kill, so he's been fine.
How would you evaluate Morgan's game, the adjustments that you want to see out of your defenseman, that sort of thing?
Morgan's game overall?
Yeah, overall.
I think he's played really well for us. I think, he's taken some of he's used to really getting up in the play, and he still does, and I think he's picking his spots really well with that, and defending well. He's done a good job for us, in my opinion.
You guys have so many back-to-backs this year. How do you like the way the team's approached it? What do you think how they've approached it so far?
So far, it's been fine. We do have a lot, and we've made some adjustments where we put different guys in the next night and have a little more legs that are fresh. So those are kind of decisions that we got to keep looking at and going forward, is using the bodies if we have them. And get some fresh legs in there. But I think overall, our mindset is, playing smart. I mean, back-to-back games, depending on the travel and all that stuff. And, that makes a difference too. But it's just managing the game more than anything for me. That's the most important thing when you're playing back-to-backs.
You guys are leading the league in offensive draws, winning them right now. Is that something that the new staff has enhanced a bit, or obviously you inherited some really good talent up there at face-off?
We do. We're pretty detailed with the face-off portion of our game with the players, going over it a lot, and, both offensively and defensively. I think our centermen have done a fabulous job this year. It's their job to go in there and instruct information of what we're going to do, and they've done a good job of it. And that makes a big difference when you're detailed in your face-off circle.
The amount of coaching that you do and this team does and really around the league does, how does it compare to when you were in the league and being coached? How different?
Well, there's a lot more video, obviously, now than when I played. A lot more instruction, system-wise, and things like that. I think back, early on in my career and throughout a lot of it, but, you know what your role is on your team and your job, and you go and do it. I think nowadays, the defensive side of the things and the systems are really important, and every team is really detailed in that part of it.
A Capitals team without Ovechkin looks a little different than it would normally, but they've won just as much as anybody else in the NHL. How are you prepared for them?
Yeah, they're a very good team. They score a lot, a good rush team, and they're a big, heavy team in my opinion. They're going to forecheck hard, and they're good on the rush, and we had our hands full in there in that game. I don't expect anything different. I know Ovechkin played that game, but they're still playing real good hockey without him.
I mean, ruled out Jake for today, but is he continuing to feel better?
Yeah, I haven't checked today after he skated, so I will. But he's on the ice, so he's going in the right direction right now.
What was the thought process on keeping him out tonight? Because he skated yesterday, skated today. Like, what was the conversation like?
With McCabe?
Yeah, like why?
Just because he's not ready to play. That's why. That's really it. He's not ready to play. So.
Is that the way Doer's come back from a shoulder injury?
Yeah, he's provided some real energy for us and penalty killing and playing his game. I've been happy with him and how he's performing out there. He's a good energy player, skates, gets on top of things, finishes his checks, and he's done a good job in the penalty kill situation and end of games, trying to hold leads and stuff like that. So he's been very useful.
Team Canada news this week.
Yeah, it's disappointing. Obviously, I would love to have been a part of it. So, playing in best on best tournaments internationally and playing for the Stanley Cup is the pinnacle of our sport. So, to have those opportunities to compete in those events, really, really special and unique. So, obviously disappointed, but just get back focused on what we're doing day to day here with the club, and I got to be at my best and continue to play well. And it's a long grind this season, so continue to focus on that, and that's all you can really control. So news has come out. Obviously, things are official, so just move on from there.
Was there anything discussed with you about maybe being an injury replacement, potentially?
There was nothing about that. I did receive a call from Hockey Canada on the weekend, so I didn't get any official news about that.
Does it motivate you at all? Does it fire you up in any way?
Well, I think probably naturally, you're obviously disappointed and motivated to play well. I think I'm always that way, but in general, you just want to continue to push to be part of events and opportunities like that and play for Team Canada. So, there's the Olympics next year and whatever after that. It's not really where you put your focus on, but if you play really well, you play at a high level, and you can show that you can be part of a group that can help win. You put yourself in the mix. So hopefully those opportunities will still be there down the road. But motivation-wise is always the same. I think for me to go out there and prove myself every day, to work at being my best, and a couple of weeks here, do everything we can to win.
Is the silver lining the time off that you will get in February, potentially with your family, I guess, too?
Yes, 100%. I think that's very accurate. Spend some more time with my family, especially as the grind kind of comes to a halt. Use that time to rest up and prepare for a long spring. So obviously look to maximize that in different ways.
What did you notice about Austin and Mitch when they got put back together in the third period, or I guess late the second last game?
Well, they're two the greatest players in our game, and obviously have great chemistry. Very special talents, and can obviously make plays, and obviously huge difference makers for us offensively, but without the puck as well. But obviously at that time being down a goal, clawing our way back in the game. Great to see them connect the way they did.
What is the biggest thing you've learned from Patrick O'Sullivan?
I don't know if it's just one thing or it's just an overall process of just trying to work at things to get a little bit better, and trying to stay sharp throughout the season, and when you're in the off season, things that you want to continue to kind of work on and focus on and be on top of. So I think just whether it's the communication or you're working on things on the ice to go out there and be effective and be consistent and continue to find ways to push my game, make it better and make me more well-rounded. So he's just been good for me in all areas.
You guys are leading the league on offensive face-offs. You guys are good before. Is the new coaching staff enhanced that, would you say, at all, or is it just more of the same?
And how so are we leading the league in
offensive zone face-offs, wins?
In wins? Well, I think a lot. It's obviously a lot of focus gets on the center and winning draws, but wingers are extremely important in helping a lot of 50-50 pucks and puck retrievals and battles. Even ones that you lose, just trying to be able to stall plays, and you're already on their half of the ice, so trying to keep the play there and working to earn pucks back, and you're obviously in a much better position to create chances, generate momentum. So whether it's something set or it's just everyone just being on the same page, doing what we need to do to earn pucks back is critical, and I think all parts of the game, we try to emphasize and try to work on. So it's something that we've been good at. We want to continue to get better, so that's a good sign.
Maybe an obvious answer, but for you, what's the most memorable World Junior goal?
Yeah, I think Ebbs has got to be the most. I got to be a part of it. It was a crazy game back and forth. Obviously, the icing beforehand, just all the circumstances went behind it. And a great play, great goal by Ebbs, showing great poise and soft hands. So obviously a big moment helping us get to the gold medal game and eventually winning gold.
For you personally, you're on the 14 associate team. I know you were injured for the last couple of games. Is that more a highlight or the World Junior more a highlight in terms of your international career?
I think it's tough to compare them. I think they're all special and unique in their own way. I think we know what the Olympic Games is and what they are. Be on the senior men's team and to play in that tournament that is very unique. Doesn't come around very often, and to play with the greatest players in the world and against the best other best countries, other best players in the world is really, really special. But obviously the World Juniors. It's a massive stepping stone for any young player, and especially we know what it means to people in Canada and what a tradition it is. To be a part of that is amazing. I had 2 amazing experiences to be able to do it overseas and then to do it on home soil. I couldn't ask for much better. So I've been really fortunate to play on some great teams, have success, and play in both events.
How did you process the Team Canada news this week?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and they have a great team, and we're all going to be cheering for them.
Does it motivate you at all?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's the takeaway. It's always a great honor to play for your country, and you're always trying to perform well enough to get that opportunity again.
What stood out to you when Austin and Mitch got put back together the other night?
It wasn't really a in between periods adjustment that we talked about, so I think they just ended up on the ice together or on a line together, and obviously just kind of pick up where they leave off. That seems to be the way it works with them.
What makes their chemistry special?
I think just the way they both think the game and their skill sets and the experience that they've had playing together for however long now, and I think they just have a really good feel for each other, and when you combine that with what I said, their skill set and their IQ, good things tend to happen.
There's a couple of candidates you can pick from across the league, but this is essentially a matchup of the 2 hottest teams in the NHL, and they look a lot different though, especially without Ovechkin. Like, what do you see about the Capitals?
I don't know. I think this group, and I'll just speak for myself. We're just kind of focused on our team. We're not really looking around, kind of checking what other teams are doing. We're trying to get our own game dialed, and we're obviously aware that Washington's had a good start, but for us, we're just trying to focus on ourselves, and we're not looking into matchups or anything like that too much. I think our power play is looking to get going, and our game just in general, we just want to play well. So we're not really too worried about the matchup.
Is the silver lining of not going to the Four Nations the time off to get ready for playoffs as a new dad, a little family time?
Yeah, I think so. I think that there's always silver linings, and I think it's important that we remain focused on our goal between now and then the guys that are going, it really can't be. That's just a huge honor for them, and as teammates, we're extremely proud of them and very excited. And, we're going to be cheering them on, but ultimately, there's always silver linings, and the other guys will get chances to rest and come back and be prepared for a big push.
What's that zone about Phil in a couple of games?
I think he's been great. Big, strong guy, great skater, great shot. I think he's enjoying being in the lineup, and he's really making the most of it, and you like to see that. And playing with him has been fun. I think he has a great approach, and we're going to look to build here tonight. But like I said, great skater, big guy, great shot. So it's been fun.
What is the most memorable World Junior goal for you?
Well, it has to be Eberle, in my opinion. I can't. I'm not sure. That's my prime era of watching World Junior. So he's like the best player ever for Canada at World Juniors, in my opinion, from what I was watching. So.
What stood out about Austin and Mitch when they got put back together the other night?
Their chemistry is, obviously there. They know where each other are at all times, and they can make incredible plays, and that's what you saw yesterday. So.
Is there
The other day.
the other day? Yeah, losing track of time. Is there any feeling in the process that you kind of got a front row seat, or is it just literally click right back in for those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think they kind of took off where they left off, and yeah, it's no surprise for me. You know, I've seen it before. I saw it all last year. You know, I think that they, yeah, just have good chemistry on and off the ice, and you know, I think it gels well, and you know, they both can kind of drive the play, and yeah, I think they can both lead the team.
You guys are leading the league in offensive face-off wins. John was saying it's a wingers too. They're helping out just as much as the centers and taking their man and doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's just knowing your job. Obviously, jumping in and making the right play, making the right reads. You know, when to pick a guy, when to jump in and help out. Yeah, I think our sentiment of doing a great job. Just winning pucks and getting us opportunities for us to get us back to the D, or kind of get it on our sticks. So yeah, I mean that definitely leads to more offense. So we're gonna keep looking to do that. So.
Including on the power play, obviously, when you have 2 or 3 different centers you can put in there if somebody gets waved off.
For sure. Yeah, I mean there's a lot of depth up there in the center, and I think everyone's good at draws. So it's it's pretty good for us.
Did you hear anything on the setup to William on the power play, or is that just kind of a set play and you know he's going to be there?
Yeah, I mean I kind of saw him creeping down there, and I know when I had the puck in my stick, I had to get it over there quick, and that he was open. So yeah, it was a good play.
How have you found it, 5 forwards? I know it's a small sample size since Austin and you came back, but what's been the feel of 5 forward power play?
It's been good. I think we got some good opportunities. I think we want to clean up the breakouts a little bit and our entries. But I think we've done a good job of creating chances and opportunities. I think we might need to move the puck a little bit quicker, but I think we've done a great job and capitalized. So that's all we can ask for.
How do you work on the defensive aspect of that with 5 guys out there?
I mean, we're not really looking to play defense on the power play, so when it happens, you got to be in the right spot and help back check and not give them any odd man rushes. But that's not our goal. Our goal is to play offense and create as much as we can offensively.
You mentioned the footwork aspect of things when talking about looking at Hyman and net front. Like what is it about the footwork that's that you're trying to learn or trying to get down when it comes to playing the net front?
Yeah, I mean just kind of keeping your skates available, so in case it hits your skate, and then you could kind of move it up to your stick. Kind of not locking yourself up, being able to move, out of those kind of positions too. It's a skill that kind of goes underlooked, but I think it's pretty important that you can kind of get a good deflection off your skate too, and the goals count the same. So. Yeah, stuff like that I think I can work on. I'm getting a little more comfortable with it, and that's something that he's really good at. So I got to watch that and kind of take notes about that.
What stands out too about the Capitals? They're kind of a surprise team, if not the surprise team early this season.
Yeah, I mean they score a lot. The pucks are always around the net with them, and you got a lot of guys that can put the puck in the back of the net. So yeah, I think we just got to play sound defensively. Not let them create too many chances, and I think we're going to be just fine.